specialty people, but and then you did this, and I was like, that would have went perfect with. So never mind.
You said it, bro. You said
it. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. Cause I don't know when the little thing gonna pop up. I might just get caught right in the middle of it. I'm gonna wait. Be professional. See, professional. We are live, everyone. We are live. We're live. Super live. Live. Prime time live. Like I did that.
Yeah. Cause we are live.
We are live. Previously on prime time. Last week, Hammer and I were having a discussion about, is Netflix getting too big? Are they getting out of hand? Because they could just cancel anything. Technically, it's their platform. They can do what they want. Well, I guess we're going to talk about that and much more. This is the state of streaming on primetime right about now. Normally, and that doesn't happen, but we can pretend that it's happening right now. So just pretend it's happening. Boom. I'm your host, Mingo D.
I'm your boy Snake.
And I am the Hammer. Why do we do this every week? There's always the awkward pause now every week.
Because we're awesome, and this is prime time.
When was there an awkward pause just now? Like, was that you?
Never mind.
Because I came in right after him.
No. It's my fault. It's my fault. I apologize.
Apparently.
Y'all know how we do it here. Y'all know how we do it here. Y'all know that we have these moments of awesomeness where it's like, what you do? I didn't do. You did do. And stuff like that. But anyway, guys, welcome back. And as we just heard, this is the state of streaming. So everybody out here, if you like what we do here, Primetime, Get Down, Nerdmation, please share this content right now. I know some of you guys are on Facebook. You just got the notification. You're probably wondering, what are they doing today? Mingo D, who's that? I think I know that guy. What's going on? Go ahead and share it. Let everybody know we're out here and we can have a giant discussion. If you're on YouTube and you're watching and you're trying to sneak around and just look at it, go ahead and type in the comment. Let us know you're there so we can see you. And share, put a like, subscribe, tell us. And also hit the bell notification. And then, share as well. It helps the algorithm and it helps us. Now, with that being said, the state of streaming. What is the state of streaming? If you watched any of our old content, you probably know by now. The state of streaming, at least by my book, it definitely means what goes on and technically in how we watch TV, watch YouTube or any other content from mobile devices, like I said, television, computers or anything technically nowadays, smartwatch or whatever. And it's technically how we consume this content and what's going on. And when we talk about this, normally the main culprits, I like to say, comes up. There's cable and satellite, as you already know. Then there's, the what we will call the streaming giants themselves. You have Netflix, you have Hulu, you have Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, which I guess would you probably connect that with Hulu possibly, and you have and let's see, you have HBO Max, and now they have Paramount Plus all of a sudden, and they have Peacock, I believe. So it's a weird name, but yeah. So when you talk about all of those giants, it's all about what's going on in this space, who is controlling more of this space, and why does it matter, right? So when you think about that, you want to ask yourself, why does it matter? You want to ask yourself, well, like I just said, why does it matter? Well, it matters because you're throwing your money at these guys. You're either throwing your money towards, cable, satellite. You're throwing your money towards any one of these streaming giants because now everything is at stake. How do I watch movies? How do I watch TV? So when we talk about the state of streaming, that's what we're talking about. But in this particular point, we want to talk about who is winning. See, a lot of times, I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm an Amazon Plus guy myself. But, like the stuff that they buy and the stuff you can buy from there. But I find myself more than anything really attached to Netflix. And I'm pretty sure there are a lot of you guys out there. If you're out there and you find yourself attached to Netflix, please let me know right now. Right now, please. In the comment section, in the chat box, please let us know. I find myself attached a lot. And it's really because Netflix seems more or less to be the king or queen for some of you guys who like that kind of stuff of streaming. And it's really weird. They have a very particular model, as you all know. The consume as much as you can content, binge to your heart desires, and then go away. And then they have like a what I would like to call a countdown per se, like an internal countdown or a notification countdown, if you say, where they tell you, hey, on our platform for this long, it will be leaving in about a month, it will be leaving in 2 weeks, to kind of get you that urgency going. So you're like, oh man, I gotta hurry up. I have to go watch this. I gotta hurry up, watch this stuff to get you going. But then there are some of the new ones who they're new, but they're not so new, such as Disney Plus, who, and maybe, more so Disney Plus, where they do, and HBO Max at times, they do more of a traditional week by week, show by show basis that kind of gets you back to your original, I'm a little kid, I'm getting off the school bus or out of my mom's or dad's car, I have to run, hurry up and finish doing my homework, and I have to turn on the TV at 3 because my favorite show is coming on. Or maybe you're an adult, in your late 40s or whatnot, and people in my late 40s, please comment, and you're trying to make it to, get off work to turn on 7 to watch your favorite, adult, like not a mature show that the little 12-year-olds can't watch. You want to watch it around 7, so you try to hurry up to get it at 7. That's the other arc end of it, and everybody has their preferences, right? It's like, oh, which one? And I think they both have a place in this world, but the thing is, with both of those types of consume week by week, consume whenever you want to, who really is controlling it? Is it the Disney Plus model? Is it the Netflix model? Because they both at times do seem to share or copy one another at times. And I'm using Disney Plus and Netflix just as the two that I'm talking about. But like I said, there's others, HBO Max, Amazon Prime. So is there a king of it? Me personally, I think so. I think the king at the moment is still Netflix. I think that Amazon Prime is a contender. I think Amazon Prime is what I would call the kid to watch out for, because they're the ones who gets the awards, or the ones who becomes they're not the top most popular at times, but then they're the ones who end up having the best stuff and comes at the top. But then Disney Plus always seems to be the person that brings up the rear, or HBO Max if you say, and then they seem the ones who seem to kind of take a lot of the audience. And I know that between the net worth share of the stocks and other things of that nature and people's eyeballs, it seems like they're pulling at different times. In July, you might say that Netflix has the majority of the eyeballs. But then you might say later on, with The Mandalorian coming out later on in the fall, that Disney Plus might pull more of the eyeballs and you might watch the less Netflix. So, is there a king? It makes you wonder. And also, you gotta remember, it is somewhat post-pandemic, kind of. We're getting closer to a day where pandemic will be just in the rearview mirror 100% and gone, and everybody will have to ask yourself, do you even care about streaming? So with that said, I'm going to say that there is still a king. I'm going to go with Netflix for now. I think Amazon Plus, like I said, has more content, but that's my opinion, and I have some things to back it up, I would say, because it seems like Netflix has the funds. Not saying Disney Plus, HBO Max aren't rich, because they are, clearly. But it seems like they have more capital or more freedom with their teams, apparently, to just kind of throw more shows on their platform or movies on their platform, and it kind of keeps you going. It's like you turn around, oh, they have a new one. Oh, they have a new one. Where Disney Plus and others may not do that as much. That's just my opinion. But, I'm going to ask my boys, and we're going to find out what they think. Is there a king? And do you think it's Netflix, or is it someone else? Or do you think no one wins? Hammer, what do you think?
I'm gonna sway, and this is barely. I think it's a fine line. I think it's very, 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 very close. But I'm gonna say Netflix for the time being still has the edge, just a little bit. Um,
Okay.
I feel like because I have Amazon Prime, I have Netflix, I got Disney Plus, HBO Max, I have all that stuff, and the content on all of them is cool. Like some of them has, Netflix will have movies that are maybe older but are really good, and I hadn't seen in a long time. I'm like, oh hey, I can catch this, and then the original series for Netflix or the originals that they have or different things that pop up at times is very, very good. But the reason why I say they have a slim lead, and I think it's almost intentional, I don't feel like Disney Plus at this point in time is focusing on trying to beat Netflix. I think if they really, really, really focused on it, I think they could. The reason why I say that they're not at the moment is because I think they're focusing just on they're working on shows to merge phases with their movies, like with Loki right now. You know that before that they were working on Falcon, Winter Soldier, and it's a whole thing. And they have other stuff within Disney Plus, but the heavy hitters within Disney Plus is like all the Marvel stuff. Like when people have it, if you ask them what they're watching, they're usually watching whatever Marvel show is on at the moment, and that's why they have Disney Plus. Not that Disney Plus is not a great deal. If you really go back and look, if you look through their library of different stuff, they got tons of crap in there. But I just don't think that they're focusing on elaborating on that library to really take action or take, a shot at Netflix. I think that's why they're behind. Amazon Prime, I think they're comfortable. If you ask them, they're going to say they're the king of streaming. I'm telling you right now that they would argue the point because they have their own set of originals. They have great content, and you can purchase movies, which is always cool. Stop, my kids. Anyway, you can purchase movies on Prime, which is a plus. And I don't think, and I might be venturing into what you're going to talk about next, but I don't think that they're going to lose any. I don't think they lose too much headway with everything opening back up, because the on-demand format is really nice. I can tell you right now, there's been several movies that me and my wife caught here at the house because we could. Like there's some we went because we just wanted to have like date night and we wanted to go to the movie theater. But some of them we just caught, we turn on the app and watch it. So and it's a convenience thing. I don't have to go nowhere. I can just turn it on, watch it right there, and I'm done. So I don't think they're going to take too much of a hit because you're going to have people that have become comfortable with that format. I think they've tapped into something that is nice. I don't think it's going to kill the movie theater. I think they're taking a hit. I think they're definitely going to take a hit because as long as these theaters and these different, people keep putting things out straight into apps along with the theater, there's always going to be that divide. You'll have people that want to go to the theater, sit down, relax, do the thing, movie tavern or Synergy near where I'm from. And then you're going to have people that be like, I don't need all that. I can sit on my couch, drink my beer, pop my popcorn, and watch this movie right here. So that's kind of my thought.
Okay. Well, Snake, you have any thoughts on it? Are they king? Is there a king? Is it Netflix? Is it not? Does it matter?
I wouldn't base anything off of a king or anything right now because the only reason Netflix is ahead is because they've been out longer. Like that's literally the only reason. Everybody has Netflix and not everybody is able to get the other streaming services yet. Like, some people can, some people don't, some people just haven't even heard of them. So, but I think it's all literally situational. Like, it's literally situational. Like me and Day have the same stuff that Ray had. Like, we have Disney, we have Hulu, we have the Amazon Prime, Netflix. I got my VRV, Crunchyroll, HBO Max. Like, we have all of them, but it's basically depending on what show we're gonna watch or what, or we'll go like we'll go to Netflix, like because Netflix has been coming out with more original videos and stuff instead of just old movies. So that's how Netflix is sticking around, because they all of a sudden, you know, like back, I can't remember when it started. I think it was whenever they started their doing their I just said the words.
The original series.
Original series, yeah. That's what's keeping them afloat, I feel. Amazon Prime doing the same thing. I mean, we watched them for certain things that's coming out. Hulu's mostly we use for like shows like The Good Doctor and stuff like that we want to watch. Like there's different our shows that we watch every week. We're like, oh, what we got today, you know? But I go to the CW app and stuff like that. So it's literally entirely situational, like what you want to watch. And like, so I wouldn't base it as a king or anything, because literally Netflix has certain things that like there's I'm not when I sit down, I'm not going straight to Netflix every time, you know? Like that's how I would feel like it'd be king. You know, if something was king, like you would be going to that, like why do I gotta go there? I got it right here, you know? Like Amazon, like a Fire Stick, you know? That's king. But that's the only thing I can think is like if it gets to a point where you go to Netflix and you have everything that was on Disney, Hulu, and on it, then I could see like I wouldn't need to go, or I don't need those other services. I got everything right here. That's when it's be king. But that's never going to happen because Disney Plus came out and took all their titles away from Netflix. And everything's getting more so. I feel like everything's going down the route, kind of like games, like Xbox, PlayStation exclusives and shit. Like that's the way it kind of feels like. You know, like certain places, like it's exclusively over here, like exclusively on Disney, exclusively on Hulu or Netflix. You know, so it, like I said, it's just all situational.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree. And yeah, I totally agree. For you guys who are watching, if you just got on here or whatever and you want to know what's going on, then definitely we're talking about the state of streaming, and we were trying to find out who is king, who isn't king, and we just gave our points. If you you can probably, I think on YouTube, you can probably go back a little bit and probably catch up. And if you're watching this later on the replay, whether it's on Facebook, I'm not sure how long they keep it on. I know YouTube, you can just go on there and like, subscribe, and comment, and you can kind of watch it. Then you should be able to go back to the beginning and catch up with us. But I'm definitely with that, and that brings up something else, which is actually pretty cool. I've been paying attention to some of the new trailers and stuff that's come out, and I know that it's I know, just like I said before, like one person to come out with, let's say, some scary content, like I know Netflix has like something like Fear Street coming out. Then I know like I've seen Amazon come out with more of the action stuff as of recent. Then it'll switch, and then Disney Plus, as you know, they have their more niche based Marvel, and then and then they'll have like some Star Wars stuff and some other stuff coming on. So I think, just like you said, the situational thing is very good. But one thing I wanted to discuss, because I almost forgot about this, and so I was on a Zoom call. Anyway, sorry, that was stupid. That wasn't even funny. Anyway, I was on a Zoom call. It was a thing that I saw in my email. It said, a way for people to discover how to how to start your own TV channel. I was like, this has got to be crap. I'm gonna click on it. Click. you know, because I wanted to know what's going on. And pretty much they talked about, which is something that I didn't even think about, which is what's happening to the he is drinking the most amazing drink of all time. No, I can't say that. It might get sued. I don't know. But a risk. You to give him the drink through the screen, but you didn't. So
I want to do that.
Yeah, because he saw the tea just appear on my screen, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, you gotta teach him your powers, might say.
Just came out, he's just like, here you
go.
Yeah. But so what I noticed, but they wasn't one of the big takeaway from that Zoom call, which was that the new king, I'm saying king because actually Snake brought it up, which was really great, is they were talking about the comparisons between cable, and this is why I brought up cable and satellite. And they said that the new king, if you may, is internet TV or streaming TV. And what they meant by that is Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, what else? Android TV and others. And then when they said that and they talked about how it was going, they're pretty much telling you they were telling these people how they can pretty much get a network like a CBS or whatever, how you can create your own for those platforms, whatever, and all the takes like that. You know, people been doing that type of stuff for years. That's how you go on all those things on those little devices, and you see something like the cooking channel, but it ain't the cooking channel, it's another cooking channel from Australia, and then they got all this stuff on there and their content. That's pretty much what the basis was. But the takeaway for me was that, because I never thought that is the new cable or internet, so to speak, that if you have a Roku device or a Fire Stick or an Apple TV device or an actual smart TV or Android TV, they have all those platforms. They have a Hulu on there. They have, you can get the Netflix app. Now, sure, of course, you still have to pay subscriptions per se for a lot of these or whatever, unless they come with some type of bundle when you first buy the thing. But that is the new type of cable or the streaming thing. You go to these platforms to watch all of that in one sitting. That's it. You have and that's pretty much in your living room TV. Living room where you normally keep the, I don't know, 70-inch. Maybe that's too small for some people. 65-inch. Maybe that's, I don't know. You keep that size TV in your room, maybe on the ceiling. I don't know where people watch TV anymore. But you keep it in there, and then you normally would access it through your Amazon Fire Stick or Amazon Fire TV if you bought the TV, your Samsung Smart TV, LG Smart TV, or your Roku Smart TV, Apple TV, and that's how you consume all of that content, and you go to everything. And that's why it's great what Snake said. So I think that's something else that I didn't even think about. It's kind of like a revolving disc, a circle. Pretty much everything goes around a circle, nothing new under the sun type thing. It's like, in a way, we still have exclusivity, you know, kind of like the consoles. You have, you know, everything is Disney, everything is this, but these platforms are going to the big TV space and saying, okay, that's cool, Roku or whatever, but how about y'all put everything, all this stuff on here, and y'all can access it in one spot. Hello, Game Pass. That's interesting. So it's interesting to see that everything's kind of revolving back to the cable thing, except you only have to buy a TV one time, so you don't have to necessarily pay for a cable box and have to pay for that cable box to watch over and over and over, $200-something. But you have to pay for all of these extras. You have to pay for a Netflix, Disney Plus, and this and that. And some people end up paying more than what they pay for their cable. Some people end up paying less. Some people kind of pay in the middle, but you can cancel anytime. So that's very interesting. So I would kind of like to know what you guys in the all you people out there, whether you're watching this late or watching this now live, whatever, if you would like to comment and let us know and get in the chats and kind of let us know, like, what do you think about that? You think that's a good thing to kind of have all these different platforms under one thing, and it kind of seems like it's going back to cable, but it's not cable. It's the new cable. Like, is that something great? And does it matter if you buy all of them? Because technically you can kind of cancel one, then get it back later, and then cancel because I saw a and I'm gonna get it because I don't have Disney Plus. I have to watch it from other means. But there was a what is it called when they try to get you to get stuff, an ad per se, and it said 6 months of Disney Plus on us. And I'm like, y'all really want me to watch everything on your platform? That's interesting. And I don't know what the stipulations are, but just that alone was like, huh. And it kind of reminded me of the old school cable days where it's like, buy Charter. If you bundle this with this, you get this, and you like that. Wait, I get what? I get free access to the PlayStation 7. For real? Okay. I'm not even thinking about the catch that it might, I might get locked into a 10-year deal or something, but, I'm going to go buy it. And that's kind of cool that type of stuff is like that. So that's interesting. That was that made me think a lot about it, because I know I have a Roku TV myself, and I bought it just because I wanted everything in one spot when I watch it on my TV, whether it's cable or not. So that's a very interesting thing. You guys think that's interesting? You think that's the new cable, or is just another way just to consume content? What do you think?
I'm not gonna say cable is all but done for, but I think it's right there. With the way everything is, man, with the internet, I think you brought up a very, very good point with internet, not just the apps, not just Netflix, but the fact that you can find stuff on the internet. And you brought up Apple TV, and that's one that I forgot that I have, on my Xbox. It's a Microsoft product with an Apple app. Like, it's to a point where I think a lot of companies and a lot of different platforms are getting to a place where they're like, look, people spend, X amount of time on YouTube. YouTube is like, I think, a big key factor in how people decide whether or not they want to stream. I really do think it is. Because if you think about it, before all these apps started happening, you're still using YouTube. How much YouTube did you really watch? Like, think about it. Even if you went to watch, like, stupid videos, you watch like Vine compilations. God, you remember Vine? I'm dating myself.
Wow, yeah.
But you went on there to watch like even goofy stuff. People spent so much time on YouTube watching things, just watching random stuff. And the videos were, 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. There were some that were longer than that. You can find, compilations of different things that were like 30, 45 minutes long. I think they took all of that data, and I think they're starting to understand that people spend a lot of time in front of computers, in front of devices, even more so than the TV. And I think it's leading the way into them coming up with some kind of, I don't think they'll ever agree to be all in like under one umbrella, because I think they feel like they would lose too much control. Because if you're going to try to do like an internet TV bundle where like you had access to Netflix, Amazon, Apple, and I don't know, Roku, like a Roku device. Maybe they had their own thing. Like if you were going to have all of that under one umbrella, I don't know that they would ever agree like that. The like my Xbox, it has access to those apps, but I'm sure Microsoft pays a certain amount or Netflix turns back to Xbox to allow that app to be accessible on my Xbox. And then I pay the subscription on top of that. So, I mean, I don't see them relinquishing that much power, as far as what they have, because they just assume keep power, to themselves and just do it themselves. I think it would be cool, like honestly, like I would shut down all cable if there was something I could get that was kind of like cable, but like all the apps and like it included it, not a separate subscription for each one, but just one thing, one bill. Like I'd do it, but I don't see Netflix and Amazon and everybody just agreeing like, all right, we're all going to jump on this device and they're going to charge this amount for everything. And we're going to take this much of a hit. I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening. It'd be cool though. Put that out there. And you know what? You said this and I said, it's not going to happen. 6 months from now, they'll come out with something stupid. They'll come out with a USB thing that's like, or HDMI thing that's like this big that you plug into the TV and it does exactly what we're talking about. You're welcome.
Please, if that happens, please pay the man. Please pay the man. That way we be like, he roll up in his new whatever and he's like, yeah, I bought that. And we're like,
You know what? I'm not even be upset about it. I'm just be like, you know what? I have proof. I have video proof that I said this 6 months ago, and somebody was watching. Even if they weren't watching right then, somebody watched it and was like, "Huh, we should do that." And then Snake knows about that.
Oh, why did you say that?
Because I get angry for him because he has such great ideas and then they appear.
He does. He does. With that being said, Snake, you want to kind of weigh in?
Well, I think cable done it to themselves personally. Like, if the cable companies and Dish networks and all that, if they would have just made it to where you can choose your package, choose what you wanted on in your package from the get go, then I don't think most of these packages, probably most of these streaming services, probably wouldn't be a thing. Mainly because like a lot of main thing with people canceling cable, like, is because they got all these freaking channels that you never watch. Like, never. You just like literally going siphon through and like, I don't know how many sports channels out the ass that just like, I don't want it. Why do I need it? I don't watch it. All the music channels, like, I don't need that. Like, let me choose what I want. Like, as soon as the cable company comes out, they should have had a list. They had like the whole list of all the channels, you know, and like in the setup process, they should have been like, you go through there and you check which ones you want. Like, if you didn't want it, it wouldn't be on there. And once that, then you had a itemized like cable plan for you. You know, it's a custom cable plan. Like,
that's the thing with cable. Like, they gave you the option, but it's all bundles, and in each bundle there's a bunch of crap that you don't want.
Yeah, every bundle, single bundle is like, I don't want that. Why do I need it? Like, it's just in the bundle. I don't care. Like, make a custom bundle. Like, you can have the bundles. They could have had all these bundles still, but have a custom bundle. That's all I was asking. I'm like, but they didn't want to do it, so that's why streaming services is giving it to them, and that's why I don't have cable no more.
Yeah, and I would have to, and to add to both of those, like, for people to understand more, all people have to do is remember the most recent thing: YouTube, TV, and who else try. And I'm saying this because one of my biggest takeaways is that the only thing I miss from cable is live TV. I mean, it's the only thing, because I miss live, but Hulu does it, and that's what we're about to get to. Talk about Hulu live TV, YouTube live TV. I think those are the biggest ones, whatever. And from Hulu live TV and YouTube live TV, especially the YouTube situation, you can find out the most. They tried to quote unquote tell you why you had to add all that stuff, whatever.
What live TV did you miss?
Well, I just missed the live TV thing in general, where you can just click on it and then live TV is right there. For example, let's say I'm watching Netflix. Let's say Netflix has, I don't know. I mean, I know this Netflix is the wrong one to use. Let's say I'm watching HBO Max, right? And the HBO Max actually has an actual show that on cable, it would normally come on at 8, and it's 8 o'clock. So I turn on HBO Max. I don't have to like try to go download that one. Just click on it and it cuts on and it starts wherever the show is. And then if I want to rewind it, I mean, and I know they're probably starting to do that now. But I know at first, when it first switched over, that was the biggest thing at first. It was like all live TV in general. I could just turn it on and the show is on and the show goes, whatever. I mean, commercials, whatever. But, you know, that was for me back then, you know. But
I don't see the point, though. Like, what you miss, like, you can literally do that now.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Right. Now you do that, but I know I said at first that I did. That's what I said at first.
I thought you just said you missed live TV. Like, you literally just said you missed live TV. So, like, what are you missing? Like,
okay, so I can get kind of what he's saying, because
kind of miss it.
Like, if you want to like watch, like, some people like watching, you know, for example, the Grammys. If you want to watch the Grammys, if you wanted to watch it live, like, you would have to have cable, because they're jackasses about it, and you gotta have cable. Now, I'm sure.
What channel does it come on?
On NBC, you can do like Peacock or whatever, and probably.
No, like, literally, what channel does the Grammys usually come on?
It alternates. It alternates.
It's one of the basic channels, right? Like 8 or
Usually
11.
Yeah, like NBC,
Usually like
ABC.
I guess it really depends on your area, like what channel.
Yeah,
But
like
you can literally, without cable, just turn your TV on, like, and use the satellite. Like that's still a thing.
You gotta have digital antenna for it.
No, you don't.
I think if I'm correct,
Actually,
I thought I saw this on my
actually,
Roku.
most TVs have
smart
a
TVs.
built-in antenna.
Are they doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you said, because of that, I think that's good. And then also like what Hammer was saying, like if you go to like, because all the basic channels are NBC, CBS, Fox, and stuff like that. If you go to their platform, they might have something in there at that time where you could do it possibly. So I do agree. I agree with you that you could probably do it now.
Now that you Roku TVs, the smart TVs, they have there's actually a thing that says live TV.
Yeah, I saw that. I clicked on it. Yeah, but definitely, yeah. So I agree. I think it's. I was just talking about. I should have said it better. I really was talking about when it first came out. I know that's what I missed, but I know that now that it's here, it's even better. Well, I'm gonna check it out first. I gotta see how it looks. Let me tell you, I was like, it sucks. It's good, but
I'm glad that there's less commercials. Commercials
that
piss me
is
off.
true.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. There are less commercials because of the subscriptions. Because you pay the subscription, you pay for them instead of them having to get a commercial that has to pay for their, you know what I mean? Because commercials, they have to pay for a certain spot that pays for the channel, technically, in a sense, and that's how the channel makes their money. But now we're paying a subscription, which pays for the channel. So I guess it kind of works out. Kind of, or whatever. But back to YouTube, I know YouTube, when they had the YouTube live TV and all that, one of the things they quote unquote said, I think they still have it, but they quote unquote said when they had bought the CBS something, they had bought whatever, they bought all the CBS channels. And that's where I wanted to go to. They wanted to say that if you bought the CBS channels and they used cable talk, and I understood it because I used to mess around with Spectrum. They said that when the reason why it was higher price is because you couldn't just pick. And I think they were just saying that because, you know, they pay so much money and that's their fault. That you can't just pick one CBS channel, you got to get like 4 or 5 CBS channels to go with it because there are CBS channels that have to go together. Or you can't get one Spanish channel. Now, I'm with Snake on this. I think it's crap. I really do. And I think that if that's the case, then I think, okay, let me put it to you like this. This should be a pay platform or program. If that's the case, then that means each person, like he says, custom bundle or custom plan would be different. So let's say I got 20 shows on my custom plan, and then he says, and then Snake has also 20 shows on his custom plan. But my custom plan costs a little more. It may be because, let's say, sports shows cost more, or let's say anime shows cost more. Then that may be why, because I have maybe 4 or 5 extra anime shows, that my custom plan costs a little more. And that's fine. But I think they should do that more or less than say, well, you got anime channels, so you got to get all the anime channels, or you got sports channels, you got to get all the sports channels. Don't lock me into all of them, because I may not like this one sports or this one anime channel. I may want something a little different. But, you know, regardless of that, all of that's done and over with, and I do think cable is leaving. So that's our take on the state of streaming. But before we go, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all some tidbits. Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all just some little general news. First, I'm gonna give you a recommendation, and the recommendation is, I would say, go watch The Purge. And by The Purge, I mean all of them. I looked at the chronological order of The Purge. Somebody had a video out on it. I watched it, and I was like, oh my God, it looks amazing. Now, I thought, I don't need to watch that. It's kind of saturated. It's whack, whatever. But when they talked about each order, when you saw the chronological order and how some characters died, some characters didn't, and this character's on this movie and that movie, and then how it all connects and everything, it was like, oh, this actual series of movies is pretty good. So I would say I would recommend go watch The Purge also. You know, if you're watching this live, this is 5th of July. So yesterday was the 4th, happy 4th of July. And everybody knows for some strange reason they put the purge out. I guess it's some type of, very morbid thing with the purge of 4th of July, or maybe some kind of hidden message there. Maybe the person saying 4th of July sucks. I don't know. Whatever. Go watch Purge. I think it's all of them. I think it's a good series. Especially if you try chronological order. I think you would like it a lot better in chronological order. I wish I would have watched it that way, but they didn't have all the movies out back then. So there's that. Also, Sony and Disney, apparently I got to see a little bit more of their arrangement. So there's on Amazon Prime, there's a new movie coming out called Cinderella, and it's by Sony. At first I was like, how can that be? Because I'm pretty sure, unless Cinderella is one of those open source IPs that anybody can use, I was pretty sure that Disney had the rights, especially the way that they're doing this movie on Amazon Prime, to Cinderella. And then I saw it said by Sony. And it had all the takeaways of a Disney movie with all the singing. It has that girl that used to be in that group, Camila Cabello or something like that. She's pretty much Cinderella in this movie, singing all the 9 yards. Looks like a musical Cinderella, something you'll see on Disney, but it's made by Sony. So apparently, I guess Sony can use some. Maybe if I'm wrong, guys, correct me, tell me in the comments. Maybe they could use some type of little formats from Disney's IP to kind of mess around like that. Because this take is a little different. It looks like it might be a little more adultish. It might have some things that go on in the movie that might not necessarily be on the Disney platform. Maybe Hulu, but not Disney. But because, I think Disney owns Hulu, which we'll get into that whole deal later. But yeah, so there's that. Well, and that is pretty much it, guys. That's all I have for prime time. To let you know, you guys, I'm going to let you know right now what's coming up the next couple of weeks. At least I hope it comes up. This is what I try to do unless something changes. This is my plan, so I'm going to let you in on it. Next week, because I didn't do it, I'm going to talk about Fast and the Furious. More so about these freaking memes. You guys seen them? So we're going to get into that. I'm going to go over to the chronological order of Fast, and we're gonna talk about it. And, the whole. Me personally, I think I'm not gonna watch the movie. I'm probably just gonna watch a recap video because I've seen enough, but I gotta get a refresher. You know what I'm saying? So I might do that, and I might even talk about the reviews from different people about the newest movie. And like I said, that meme, we're gonna talk about that. And most importantly, I'm gonna talk about Black Widow. We're gonna talk about the movie. We're gonna go in depth, and we're gonna talk about that next week. Then the week after, who knows? Maybe we'll get into some other little tidbits. But that's what we're going to talk about next week. So with that being said, you guys tune in to the Get Down coming up. Tune in to Nerdmation coming up. And you always know you can catch us here, same nerd time. I'm not going to do that. That's stupid. I got to really figure out one that I like that can make a lot more sense. Anyway, catch us on prime time. We'll catch you guys next time. He is Snake. He is Hammer. I'm Mingo D. We are your